The following is a show we're calling On the Horizon. It's a current events-based opinionated show punctuated by chill music. So what does that mean, current events-based opinionated show? Simply put, we start with the news and go from there. We talk about the impact current events have on us and further what that impact means to the progress of our country and our world. We don't pretend to be professional economists or political pundits or anything more than a few college students just trying to work out the problems in the world. It's all in the name of progress. The opinions are our own, not our station's, and it's all live. So, without further ado, this is On the Horizon. Hello, you are listening to On the Horizon. It is 9:24. My name's Alex Popichak. I'm joined in the studio by Sam Morrison and Kris Chandler, and we've been talking about all sorts of things, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Yes.
Great and exciting things. And now Sam, you wanted to say something about We've discovered a couple of things about this studio. Number one, things may or may not work here.
Right.
Namely, we have the studio is set up such that there's the shelf where we have all of the like buttons and things, and then the soundboard and such, and then up above it are two in-studio monitors. Okay, now the left one kind of works. The right one doesn't.
It's working now. I can hear noise from it, but still.
So when we came in, it sounded like it was a speaker inside of a Maraca. And Maraca, oh my gosh. It sounded like
the country.
Oh man. Anyway, you know what I was going for.
You're not quite capturing how awful it was. It sounded like it was that underwater and it was being played by someone farting. Like, it was a very profoundly terrible sound.
Okay, so we hit, I played one kind of loud CMJ and turned the monitor up like halfway, and it like kicked it into gear, and now they're working fine.
Magic.
Speaking of things that can cuss and sometimes work, your phone, Sam.
Yes.
Yeah, so today's been a weird day for my phone. I woke up this morning, I did my usual morning routine, I unplugged my phone, and I was sort of had it by my side as I was working on my laptop, and I got a phone call. And I thought, okay, cool, I'll answer. So I swiped, and it didn't do anything. I thought, okay, it's frozen. So I swiped a few more times, and it didn't do anything. And I thought, I'll call them back. So I hang up, I try to unlock the phone, and it doesn't do anything. Then they call back. And I say, oh no, touchscreen isn't working. Something's up. So then I try to turn off the phone, and I'm an iPhone user, so I turn off the phone, and it gives you a prompt to, what does it say exactly, to slide to power off, which is lovely, but I couldn't do that because I couldn't slide it. So I wound up doing a hard reset, so you hold the power and home button at the same time, phone restarts itself, still nothing. So at this point, you've pretty much figured out the touch screen, something's up with it. It's shot, it doesn't work. All the buttons work fine. Touchscreen doesn't work. And I remembered of saying a wisdom from my buddy Will back from high school, and he just uses the phrase percussive maintenance, which is hit something hard, hope it works.
Hoping it works, yeah.
So I did. And my screen started flashing gray and white, which is alarming. And then it worked fine. And then I turned off the phone, like just sleep mode.
Yeah.
And then it froze up again. So now, the tradition to use my phone, take the phone, use the thumbprint scanner to get in, smack it off my leg a few times, then type my message, close the phone. So I'm going to have a bunch of bruises on my leg by the end of the week from my phone, I assume. But it's weird, though, because
that seems to be the thing that's working the most right now, percussive maintenance. I like that term.
Oh, and it's just strange, too, because there's no discernible cause for this. Nope. It's not like I dropped it in the morning or anything like that.
You literally just woke up one morning and it was like this.
It's so strange. And it reminds me also that my family had a little vacation in England over the summer, and we stayed in a hotel.
Just casual vacation in England.
We got family over there.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. And I dropped my phone in the hotel from the bed to the floor.
Yeah.
2.5 feet. Something broke, and the phone just went full-on rainbow on me, and it just scrolling colors and like scan lines visible. Wow. It was profoundly messed up. And I'm like, all right, that's weird. The English Apple Store fixed it for free, which is great. But again, this is a strange device. See, I've had my fair share of issues.
Is that the same?
What kind of phone is that?
It's an iPhone 6 Plus.
Okay.
So There is the rumor has it that see, I'm topical with the upcoming Apple announcement in March. We're going to get the 5 SE, which is, you guys remember the iPhone 5, the perfect size phone.
Yeah.
Literally, I'll go on for that in a second. The perfect size phone. They're upgrading that with modern hardware and releasing it again.
Oh, nice.
Or so they claim.
So that's why they're adding like letters to the end of it, right?
The more letters you add, the better it is.
Yeah.
Apparently, with
okay.
Apple,
Yeah, don't forget, the next year we're getting the iPhone 6 SVRQRA3, which is...
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but basically...
I'm getting excited for the iPad LMNOP.
What I love the most
all the power
about,
of the alphabet
like,
in one machine.
the whole iPhone 5 was, when you held it in your hand, your thumb could cover the entire surface area of the device.
as it should be.
As it should be, right?
Yeah.
Whereas you look at the 6 Plus, or even, Alex, your phone's what, a
Galaxy S5.
Galaxy S5, you can't do that. You're holding the phone in one hand, you've got command over maybe 3/4 of the screen. iPhone, you've got maybe half. What do you got over there, Chris? You got a...
Oh, well, see, we're not going to talk about my phone. It's about like 6 years old. It's
Right.
What is it? Motorola. It's a Droid.
Okay.
Yes, it's a Droid.
Of some variety.
Some variety. It still has a keyboard on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's touchscreen, but it has a keyboard. I like it.
Yeah.
But
Is it a sideways keyboard or
sideways keyboard?
Okay.
Yeah. But this phone's pretty much a potato now.
Oh no.
I'm not with the slapping yet. I don't have to hit it across my knee just yet. It's getting to that point though, so I need to get a new phone. But see, I'm not an Apple user though. I hate Apple with a passion. So I need a new Android like very quickly.
Right. Well, I'm obviously the Apple fanboy in the room. You guys have got your stylish silver watches, and I've got my Apple Watch over here. So
no, I'm not overall though, I'm not a tech person at all. Like, I'm the type of person like don't give me a fancy car, give me a horse. Like, I'd rather have like a carrier pigeon than than carry a phone in my pocket. Give me a sundial instead of like an Apple Watch. Like,
I've gotten used to my smartphone, and that's okay. But I mean, I am much like you, Chris, a very functional dude. I drive a 1992 Ford Tempo, which I've nicknamed the golf cart because it's essentially a golf cart in car form.
I want to look at a picture of this thing now.
It's beautiful. It has one of those. It has the electric seatbelt things. I hope that thud just picked up. I think it did. I heard it in the headset.
That was me smacking my phone off my leg to Google the car.
To Google. Oh man! But it has one of those electric death trap style. What do you call it? It's a seatbelt thing that kind of straps you in, so you don't get to choose if you're wearing a seatbelt. You're definitely wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah.
I personally like the feature because then I can be lazy and just kind of let it go and then only put on the lap belt. But anyway,
not about that. Just give me a horse.
This car legitimately
horse.
looks like a brick on wheels.
it runs really well, though. I love it.
It looks like it's got amazing mileage here.
Oh, it does.
It has 4 wheels. So
I only have to like 27,000 miles on it. It's a new old car.
My first car ever was a really old Audi A6 Quattro. Wonderful car. I loved it. The only issue was we bought it secondhand off of a dealer, and the heating didn't work.
Oh.
And it was the winter time, which is a problem.
Oh, man.
But I found out you could fake the heater into working by throwing the car into neutral.
Oh, man.
Depressing the accelerator for 30 seconds.
This is going to be
getting
great.
the engine up to temperature. Waiting until the car stops making a noise and starts making a noise. Then your heater comes on. Then you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Now, it said this in the manual, the noise,
How was that spelled out? Just for people?
V-U-D-U-D-U-D-U.
Gotcha.
No. So that was the first and foremost issue with it, but it had lovely heated seats. The previous owner of the car, I can only assume, was some sort of man-bird hybrid, because there were sort of like claw marks, like talon marks on the steering wheel and the seats and the...
Maybe had one of the carrier pigeons that were talking about.
No.
It was a very strange interior of the car. The ashtray had clearly seen a lot of use. And it was a wonderful car, and it served me well until one fateful night I was driving to my scout meeting, and my house... We sort of go up a hill, then down a hill, then up a hill, then onto the main road. And it was fine until that last up a hill. And the car was just going at like the revs were the highest they could be, and the car just wasn't going up the hill.
Oh man!
And my mom just said, "Drive, just get it up the hill." I go, "It's not. it's just not.
It won't let me.
It's just not doing that.
I'm trying my best, but it won't.
It's
let
not
me.
doing the thing." And on closer examination, the transmission was totally shot.
Again, you had one job.
So we're going to title this episode, You Had One Job, but You Couldn't Do It. We'll add the segment next week, but...
Percussive maintenance.
Percussive maintenance, that'll be the subhead. And, oh, man.
And we somehow got the car running long enough to return to the dealer.
Wow.
To get a free, a full refund. We didn't tell them about the transmission. We just said the heater wasn't working. But still, that was an unpleasant surprise for them later on.
Man.
But hey, they still won. They got the nice floor mats.
Were they nice floor mats?
We got really nice floor mats from the official Audi website.
Ah, okay.
And yeah. And then my second car, which replaced that almost immediately afterwards, was a Mercedes ML350, which is the closest you can get to legally owning a tank.
Nice.
And that car served me well. I mean, it had constant battery problems. I'm talking about the past tense, we sold it because I'm at college now, but it had constant battery problems, including dying on me in the middle of a thunderstorm.
Ooh.
On 28.
Oh, gosh.
Do you guys know where Funfest is?
I'm not from here, so...
Okay.
Yeah, it's out near Harmer, I believe, yeah.
I want to meet the roadway engineer who designed that section of highway and give him a big old bear hug. There's a road shoulder by the side of Funfest, and my car's battery just stopped in perfect sync for me to be able to pull over to that Funfest shoulder. 20 seconds in
it's
either
an
direction.
open invitation to whoever designed that stretch of road. Sam will hug you.
You have one hug. I owe you. But yeah, it was the weirdest thing. Like, we're driving and like a warning light comes on. I'm like, it's a warning light.
Nothing's wrong.
It's a warning light. Who cares? And then another warning light comes on. I'm like, it's a warning light. So I get Panera at the Mills and I'm on my way home. And I look down for some reason and all of the warning lights are on.
It's 3 strikes, you're out, you're done.
But it's literally the entire column of warning lights is lit up and flashing, and I'm like,
yeah, that's not good.
I should pull over now. And then, almost on cue, the engine's going, doo, doo. And at that moment, I'm like, okay, time to stop.
Yeah.
And then, as I was waiting for AAA, the storm of the century hit Pittsburgh. Like, the sky was green.
Oh my gosh.
The sky was green and rain was coming down in sheets. Like, I got a call from the AAA guy when he rolled up. He said, I'm just going to wait because I'm scared of getting blown away.
You know it's bad when the AAA guy says he's scared of getting out of his car.
It's kind of like how they say with the post office. It's like, rain, snow, we'll do it wherever.
Yeah.
But whenever you have the storm of the century coming in, we ain't back that way.
That's when they don't do their one job. That's when they're okay for not doing their one job. The one exception.
To be fair, though, he was a really nice dude and he did get me home. But, like, either way, that was so much fun.
So I do want to turn it a bit quick to the question we had asked at the top of the show.
Oh, privacy.
About privacy, yes. And unfortunately, we only have like 4 or 5 minutes left into the talk block, but I did want to definitely touch on this.
Yeah.
And the question came up as we were talking about doing last week's show about big questions and are we safe and what does it even mean to be safe?
A lot of big talk.
It was a lot of big talk and not a lot of like concrete stuff, but it was basically what we had talked about was how with internet culture now, you're throwing a little bit of everything out there.
Oh, yeah.
And can people get to it? Yes. Can the government get to it? Definitely.
Definitely, yes.
And so some people talk about. Well, how did you put it, Kris?
Well, see, we first got to this conversation. I have a friend who is in cybersecurity at Marymount University in D.C. And, in his classes, he's learning about how, like, Facebook is, like, this super, like, unsafe website. And their teacher actually gave them extra credit if they got rid of their Facebook.
Which is really hard to do.
Which is really hard to do. Like,
very
because
hard
a lot of
to
people
do.
use it.
But, and then it's also still, like... I mean, the data's still there, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Everything's technically still
So
there.
I don't know what he accomplished in that, but...
I mean, I guess overall, they were just saying, like, how different government organizations and hackers definitely can pretty much get whatever they want, whenever they want. And a lot of people have the argument, oh, like, I have nothing to hide. Like, there's no problem if the NSA wants to do this or do that. Right. Yet at the same time, people are like, where's the regulation at? Where's the line in the sand? Like, what's okay, what isn't okay, what's ethical, what isn't ethical. You know what I mean? So those are kind of the big questions
Well,
right
I
there.
feel also with I have nothing to hide. My home life, my dorm room, for example, I have nothing to hide in my dorm room. There's nothing remotely sketchy in my dorm room. However, if every single day campus security fine-tooth comb swept my room, that would be a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And not just because, yes, technically the dorm is the university's property, but I feel entitled to some element of this is my space. And the same goes for the internet, the only social network I have is a Twitter. Okay. I have a Snapchat, but I use it maybe once in a blue moon. Literally, only when the moon is blue I use it now. But I feel like there's some expectation of personal privacy. At the same time, though, you really shouldn't be banking on it. No,
not at all.
So I guess what we're getting at is the expectation should not be there because it is. I mean, you could have the best encryption in the world, and someone somewhere along the lines will, if they try hard enough. And I mean, it take a lot of trying, and I don't know why you want to know if I had pancakes for breakfast this morning, but hey, whatever.
For whatever reason,
I didn't for whatever the record. For the record, but
he had French toast sticks, actually.
Yeah, it was great. It was wonderful.
Good.
But I guess be careful what you put out there. But at the same time, take it as they'll find it in other ways. I don't know.
There's always some way to find it.
It's a fine line. I guess the best way of doing it is managing what's out there.
Right.
Not necessarily like, I will have nothing out there, but as far as managing what
just being smart about it.
Well, and it's also interesting, too, with social engineering. For example, nowhere on my Twitter profile does it say that I'm in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
The closest hint you have to that is I put Point Park in my bio, got rid of it after a while.
And you just said it.
Yeah, but there's the thing.
Well, you're also on the radio here, but
yeah.
You explicitly,
But there's zero indication I'll be on Pittsburgh. However, someone who I tweet at frequently mentions they are in Pittsburgh on their profile. They work at a Pittsburgh landmark. There is frequent mentions of the two of us doing stuff together.
Yeah.
Logically, you can triangulate my position based on other people's tweets. Yeah. And so it's not just your information that is putting you out there, it's other people's too. I don't have a Facebook, for example, but Facebook has my face, they have my name, they have my location.
Because of everyone else
they have
that
a guess
knows
of my
you.
name.
Yeah.
Because I keep popping up on other people's Facebook feeds because people take a lot of pictures, And
I, in my infinite wisdom, in promoting the show tonight, I said, listen to us on the Horizon.
Exactly.
It's Sam Morrison and Kris Chandler and I. And I mean, that's out there. And I apologize if either of you are not okay with that. But
have no privacy.
I look at it as you can't reasonably expect a complete privacy in a society, in any society really, but you can't expect complete privacy in today's socially driven culture and online culture. So
I completely agree with that. And, you've also got to leverage the fact that, there's a lot of people out there. And, for example, let's say you have your Snapchat story. That is where you are all day, doing whatever all day.
Exactly.
There's
and who's to say that Snapchat doesn't enable location or whatever? You have
they
to.
do enable
You have to for the little
filters and everything.
Filter thingies. And, I mean,
is it worth it?
Yeah. At the end of the day, just first of all, I would say be careful about what you put out.
Oh, yeah,
don't be
absolutely.
stupid.
Definitely, don't be stupid. Be smart about who are your friends on social media.
Right.
And at the same time, just understand that everything is out there. If someone wanted to really get your information, they can. I don't know why they would want to.
But you're a public figure, for example.
Yeah, especially if you're a public figure or a celebrity or anything like that.
Well, there's that big thing with the intimate pictures of celebrities that were released last year.
Yeah, definitely.
They have an expectation of privacy that, no one is going to break into my iCloud and take my pictures, but
at the same time,
someone can probably will, which is powerful and kind of disturbing at the same time.
It's disturbing, but I think the best thing about not the best thing about it, but the one thing to understand is that it can happen. Just be aware of that, and just take everything with a grain of salt. I would say
be able to switch off as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if I wanted to disappear from social media, it's like 4 or 5 apps that I have to delete.
And that's it. Yeah.
I'm a ghost. But, people with Facebook accounts, that's devious. That integrates into if you have Facebook, for example, you know those little Facebook share-like things on the side of every webpage you visit? Those track your location as you're going through them.
And that's how they do advertisements and everything,
they target your ads. And even if you've deleted your Facebook, it's still building that profile on you.
And a major reason why I installed an ad block thing on my laptop is because I know they track my location. I just don't know that I can actually stand sitting there and seeing that they've targeted advertising me. That's a bit spooky to me.
Yeah.
I know they do it, but that's the important thing. Acknowledge that they do it. And
just
there's nothing to stop that. And I guess if you tried hard enough and got enough legislation, you probably could.
You could suppress
honestly,
it, but
you can't stop it entirely.
No. And especially in today's time and age, it's kind of it's the rule of the land, law of the land. Just things like this happen, and just kind of
we use the term Facebook friends as just part of our jargon. You know?
Exactly.
I have I don't know how many people usually have 300 Facebook friends. They're not really your friends. You don't hang out with them. You don't chat with them. You don't have a late night radio show with them. They're just sort of numbers or names.
Yeah, they're numbers and names. Yeah. So at the end of the day, just it's good to have social media. Obviously, it's today's times. It's what we do. But just put down the phone, put down the laptop, go outside, hang out with friends. You know what I mean? Just
play ultimate frisbee.
Play ultimate frisbee. Best sport in the world. Shout out to ultimate frisbee everywhere. But you know what I mean? Just do that. Just hang out with the people you actually know, actually kind of care about, and have connections with.
So yeah, we'll probably talk in the future and in future episodes about privacy and the sort. But I wanted to put that out there because it was something we were talking about at the top of the block and or at the top of the hour or whatever. Anyway, you're listening to On the Horizon on WPPJ 670 AM. We're going to take a brief break, come back with some music, and close out the show. Thanks for listening into our world of nonsense, and we'll be right back.
BRP.